Hi everyone, this is Aklish from Strongestme and today I'm gonna talk about why and how I swim in the North Sea regularly, how did I get started, what are the benefits of it, and why would it be good for you as well to do similar things. So about 5 months ago or so, I came across a man called Wim Hof, who has the nickname the Iceman, which is pretty exciting. He has a lot of world records in extreme cold and extreme hot, which is very amazing to watch and to hear about. And he runs marathons in the snow bare feet and things like that. But what caught my attention in an interview with him when he said that he's also able to basically influence his immune system, which sounds crazy at first, but then he says that it's been tested by doctors and it's proven, and then you might think that he's amazing, he's something special, unique human being who can do things like that, and then he says that anybody can do this, I'll show you the way, just practice and you can do it. And I was like, I want to see that. So he has an online program called the Wim Hof Method, which I signed up for, and that's how I got into all these crazy things. So the method itself is pretty simple. It takes practice every day, or almost every day if possible. So there's a breathing technique, and there's a concentration technique, like kind of a mindset kind of thing, and the cold exposure, so either cold showers or ice bath or swimming in the North Sea if you want. So this is the method, and let me explain how this is very good for your health, not just mentally by facing challenges, but physically as well, and how he can influence his immune system. So what happens with the breathing? We do a breathing method where we breathe in a way where you breathe in more oxygen than you breathe out. So it's kind of like a hyperventilation, but in a controlled way. So you don't get, you don't pass out and stuff. So what happens when you have so much oxygen in your body that it's not only the lungs that are full of oxygen, it's all your cells, because you're getting in more oxygen and you're breathing out a little, and you get breathing in more and you're breathing out a little, and you're breathing in more and breathing out a little, and then all your cells in your body get filled with oxygen. So in this situation with so much oxygen, the body becomes alkaline, so the pH goes from 7.4 to about 7.8, which is very good for your health. So in an alkaline environment, diseases cannot spread and thrive. So if you do this regularly, then you can even cure diseases with it. And also some stress hormones are created, which you might think that is counterproductive, but it's not. And this is what makes the Wim Hof method different from other mindfulness methods, where the goal is to reduce stress hormones. And basically here, instead of trying to relax, we put the body in an active state. And in this active state, and with all the oxygen, there's more white blood cells produced, the inflammatory proteins go down. So inflammation is a pretty big problem these days, especially in the digestive system, but also inflammation in the joints and other places is not just painful and uncomfortable, but can cause some serious issues as well. So doing this helps your body to be able to fight diseases and fight inflammation. And inflammation itself is good, that's a part of a healing process. But chronic inflammation, when you have it long term, because you like eating crap, or you have Crohn's disease, you're eating things that you might not be able to digest well. So doing this method is really good for any kind of diseases related to inflammation, but anything else as well. So so that's about the oxygen. And if you think about it, then loading your body with this oxygen also allows you to perform better in sports. So if you have been at a gym, or if you run long distance or whatever, any kind of exercise you've done which you found hard, you start feeling your muscles burn after a while. So when you load up the oxygen, you load up the body with oxygen this much, then the lactic acid buildup will be delayed a lot. And also, as I said, because of the stress hormones, basically the fight and flight response is kind of delayed and slowed down as well, so you're not gonna freak out. So this is how I go into the North Sea and I don't freak out. I'm not like, you know, if I would go in without breathing, I would be probably like just like you or anybody else. But I breathe before, I set my mind, I go in and I'm calm. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna freeze here, I'm gonna die, my heart is gonna stop. No, my body is calm. I build up the stress hormones gradually in a controlled way rather than being in a normal state and then going into the stress, into the cold instantaneously, and then getting a shock and then getting the fight or flight response. So that's about the breathing. And the cold. The cold is really good for many things. The cold is strengthening your vascular system, your blood vessels, and your heart. So the blood vessels are tiny things where the blood goes, obviously, you know that. But even though they are so tiny, they have tiny muscles all along to help to push the blood back towards the heart. So when you go into the cold, then all the veins and blood vessels contract, and then when you get out of the cold, they relax. And all this contraction and relaxation strengthens those muscles. It's really good for general circulation and any kind of issues with the heart or the vascular system. Also good to detox because it helps to pump out all the crap from the vascular system as well. So that's just one thing for the heart and blood vessels. And also I talked about how the breathing helps with inflammation and how the inflammation goes down. So with the breathing, it's been all this what I'm saying, it's been proven by doctors and scientists, so it's not made up at all. So with the breathing, the inflammatory proteins go down to about half. If you go into a cold bath or ice bath or the North Sea, something like really cold, then they go down to basically to zero. And also this has been measured, even after 6 days, the level of the inflammation is a lot lower than normal. So it has an effect for days going on rather than just, you know, while you are in the cold. So this is all great. In the method we also do some stretching, but it's basically, as far as I'm understanding the method, it's more just to open up the body for the blood flow and to move better and to breathe better, rather than for any specific physiological reason. So breathing, mental state, cold, all this together allow you to deal with the cold, and the cold and the oxygen build up is really good for your health. So this is how the method works, and this is how and why I swim in the North Sea. So the Wim Hof Method, the online course, is a 10-week course, and I only started swimming in the North Sea at the end of this 10-week course. So if you want to get started just now practicing, I'm not going to show you the method now, but there's loads of videos on YouTube about the breathing. So you can just Google Wim Hof Method breathing, and you're going to find a video which you can follow and follow the breathing exercise. Or you can go to wimhofmethod.com, where is a free course with just 3 videos where Wim Hof actually shows you the breathing method for free. And then to get started with the cold shower, he has a cold shower challenge which I think starts with a 10 or 20 second shower. So normally you would start with a warm shower, as you normally do everyday life, and then at the end of the shower you just turn it to cold for 10 seconds. Okay, try to stay as calm as you can, breathe deeply rather than letting your body freak out. And then each week, and you want to do this every day, and then each week you want to add an extra 10 seconds. So then you're going to end up, you know, after a few weeks you're going to do a minute just in the cold, and then once you can do a minute in the cold at the end, then it's a good challenge, which is not in his free challenge, but I'll tell you this, a bit of extra information. Once you can do a minute, you could, on the next day, you should try to go into a cold shower. So do the breathing exercise. You want to do that every day to really get the benefits and be able to handle the cold. And also it makes you feel great. I haven't even mentioned it. So when you do the breathing by itself, already you feel amazing. It just clears your mind. There is nothing else you're thinking about. Makes your body relax. And then when you go into the cold, and after the first few moments of being cold, once you get used to it, then you feel so good as well. And when you get out of the cold shower, knowing that, oh my god, I've done something amazing, I kind of faced my fears, then you feel amazing as well. You feel strong, healthy, happy, and energized. It's very energizing. Oxygen is how the body creates energy, so the more oxygen you have if you do this breathing exercise, the better. Okay, so cold showers build up to a minute. Once you do a minute, start with a minute cold, go back to warm, let your body warm up, and then finish with a minute cold again. And this will get you started, and it's very good for your health already if you practice this, just the breathing and short cold showers. And then once you get used to that, you can just take a full cold shower, the longer the better, a good few minutes, and you will feel amazing. Okay, if you want to follow the proper method, then go to wimhofmethod.com. There's a 10-week course, step by step. There are video tutorials with Wim Hof, and there are some students there as well with him, so it's kind of like you're doing it with a group, which is quite good and motivating as well. And it's a great challenge. It gives you a bit of a routine in your life, so you're gonna do this every day. As you go on in the 10-week course, it's gonna take longer and longer, so at some point it's gonna take about an hour, but you do it as much as you can. Wim says at least 5 days a week, which I've been sticking to, and I would suggest that as well. So I'm not gonna go through all the health benefits again, but it's very good for your health. It makes you feel great, and also, which I haven't mentioned, is great for fat loss as well. So if you imagine when you get into the cold shower, if you build up to it and you're cold for several minutes, then it takes a lot of energy for the body to heat up again, and that burns a lot of calories and makes your body stronger. So these are the benefits, and this is how and why I take cold showers and swim in the North Sea. I hope it will maybe make you think and make you try these things. I'm sure, at least give it a try, and you will feel amazing. So go to either wimhofmethod.com or just Google Wim Hof Method breathing technique or whatever, and you'll find it. And it's also recommended to look at some interviews with Wim Hof. So it's WIMHOF, so it's a pretty simple name. And he's a really inspiring man, very interesting. You can Google him, there's lots of videos and articles about him. And I hope you will enjoy. If you have any more questions, then drop me a message. If you like the video, press like, and hope soon I'll see you doing some cold showers. Yeah, comment if you do try it. If you try the breathing, if you try the cold shower, even just for a few seconds in the end of your shower, see how you feel, and leave me a comment, and then you can take it from there. So all the best, take care, stay strong, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I almost forgot. I wrote a blog post which is basically about the same topic as I talked about now, but it goes into a bit more detail. So here I wanted to keep it pretty basic, just to tell you roughly about the benefits. But if you go to strongestmeblog.com, then you can read a little bit more in detail about all the studies they've done, and etc., and how Wim Hof controls his immune system and all the records he had. So it's all in there. So have a look at strongestmeblog.com, and for more videos, subscribe here. So I really go now. See you soon.